Hello, everyone. I'm Stephanie Corn, an instructional technology specialist at East High School. And today we are going to compare and contrast the oldie but goodie Google Drive assignment app with the newer Google Assignment app in Schoology. One ways in which they are different is by their icon. The Google Drive assignment app uses the traditional Schoology icon because it is created within a Schoology assignment. The Google assignment, on the other hand, creates a different icon that looks like this. So that's one way you can tell at a glance which is which. So let's take a closer look at the Google Drive assignment app. To load one, you come up to Add Materials and Add Assignment. And then with here, you will see a button that says Google Drive Assignments right here. So let's give our assignment a name, a very creative name, and spelled correctly too. You can always put the description in there, what you want them to do with it. And then you click Google Drive Assignments. What will happen now is your Google Drive will open and it is loaded by the most recent files that you accessed. If you cannot find the file you want to load here, you can always search up here in your Google Drive. But I am going to use this one. You'll notice that some are grayed out. That's because not every single file on Google Drive can be loaded in a Google Drive assignment. Docs, slides, drawings, sheets can. The rest of them cannot. And that is because when you load it, a copy will be created for each file for your student. And there's nothing they can do with videos or PDFs. So there's no sense in making a copy for each student. Make sure you give it a due date or a category and a category if you are grading it. If you're going to individually assign it to students, if you want to lock it or unlock it, there's all those settings there, and then click Create. Now what will happen is once the students open that assignment, they will create that copy for themselves. So let's see what that looks like. So here is the Google Drive assignment platform. The first page is just your description and a link to the original document. If you click in progress, it tells you which students have either not opened it up or have but have not submitted it yet. So those students, you can see where they're at. You can give them comments and support them as they are working. Students that have submitted, you'll see their assignments underneath submissions. And here you can, once again, give them comments. You can grade it. If you want them to fix something, you can unsubmit it. And they can resubmit it when they're done. Once you put in the grade, it automatically goes to your students. You can also filter your grades once you get a whole list of them. If you want to filter them by ones that need grading, you can do that as well. Now, one of the disadvantages to this one is that co-teachers do not automatically have the permissions to view the assignments like you do when you created it. So for them to be able to come in and view assignments and grade them, you would need to go into your Google Drive and share that folder with the co-teacher. Now, let's take a look at the Google Assignment app. To load a Google Assignment app, you're going to come to Add Materials, but this time instead of adding an assignment, we're adding a Google Assignment. Here you are going to choose your Google Drive and select Continue, and then it comes up as a more familiar for those of you that use Google Classroom, that platform and type of assignment. You'll put in your points, you'll put in the due date, your title, any instructions. If you are going to put a rubric on, Just beware that Google Assignments cannot pull in Schoology rubrics. If you have any of those created, they can only pull in rubrics from your Google World. You can turn on or off the plagiarism, and this is where we are going to load the files. Once again, it's going to create a separate file for each student to work on. Here it brings up your Google Drive as you are used to seeing it with all of the images and stuff. But again, you can switch it over to My Drive if you want to navigate it that way, or if you want to upload a file, you can do it there. I'm going to upload. And then a nice thing about Google Assignments is that you can upload more than one thing into the assignment. With the Google Drive assignments, you could only upload one document or slide, and that was it. What you can do here is in the Google Assignments is attach more than one that they can work on. And then click Create. Now, once you've created that assignment, the Google Assignment app does not talk back to Schoology. And since you didn't create it with an assignment, you do need to come up here to the gear icon and add in your due date and your category so that it will be able to be graded and it will be placed in your Schoology gradebook. Now let's see what that one looks like. Right, when you pop in here, it has all of the due date and everything you already set up for it. It has your students and whether they have submitted it or not yet. For those students who have submitted it, you can click into it. You can give them a grade, give them feedback. You can return it to them. Or if you click this one here, you can return multiple submissions. If you've graded several students, you can return them all at one time. Now, for students who have not submitted yet, it will look like this. Very similar, but it does not give you the option to return it because it has not been submitted. But you can still see where they are in their progress in the assignment. So those are some of the similarities and the differences between the Google Drive Assignment app and the Google Assignment app in Schoology as you are exploring them. If you have any questions along the way, please let your instructional tech know and enjoy.